So the Hot Springs Teacher Institute is a week-long professional development experience for middle and high school teachers. Expert trainers from Madison County high schools equip participating teachers with the skills to teach project or place-based learning and community-based learning. During the third week in July, participating teachers get the time to relax, play, and recharge, while at the same time developing their own teaching units. You'll hear more details about this later in the video, but project, place-based learning, and community-based learning are proven methodologies that engage students more deeply and therefore offer them a better chance to improve their math and reading scores. The first and second elements were curriculum and trainers. In order to have a great teacher development experience, you have to have teaching objectives, a very specific curriculum, and expert trainers. Enter the Wilma Dykeman Legacy, a nonprofit organization that Ann and I founded in 2012 to sustain and promote the core values of an extraordinary woman named Wilma Dykeman. And the third element necessary for an institution like this is a place to conduct the institute.
In late 2020, my dear friend Sally Lassiter was in the final stages of a long struggle with cancer. After a lifetime spent in education and service, she and her husband, Ike, had purchased and renovated an historic house in downtown Hot Springs to be their retirement home. Now their property also includes one of the remaining dormitories from the Dorland Bell School. She expressed her wish that their historic property continue to be utilized in a way that honored its past as a school. So here at this wonderful family compound, the faculty of Madison Early College High School and also of Madison High School could share the power and success of place-based learning curriculum.
The Dorland Bell Lodge was a practical cottage for the Dorland Bell School. It had spinning looms downstairs so the girls could learn to make things to sell. It had a daycare room in the back and 6 bedrooms upstairs. The Lippert House, where I live now and where we lived starting in 2008, it has 4 bedrooms upstairs. The barn where we're sitting now was built in 2019 to replace an old barn. It has 2 bedrooms, this study and dining room where we're sitting, a kitchen, a pool table, and a full porch on the side. And the porch also has a dining room table.
And so Hot Springs, with its fascinating history near the French Broad River, one of the oldest rivers in the world, and its location in the southern Appalachian Mountains, one of the most biodiverse environments in the world, offers a perfect location for teaching how place-based curriculum works. And such a curriculum can be adapted to the special features of any school and of any location. So the Hot Springs Teacher Institute was born.
So we have been doing CBL for a really long time, starting way back
10 years
10
maybe?
years ago. So our first project was, what was it? Flashlights.
Flashlights and election guides.
And since then we've done all kinds of things, from
Park designs, native gardens, published books.
had a food drive.
Yeah, we hosted several community nights where we invited community members to come in. We had that art opening too in downtown Marshall, where the community came and we had food, and the kids had created things related to quilting.
I think one of the big things about CBL, for me anyway, is the way that it takes the students out of the classroom and puts them into the community. Because so much of what we do, especially being an EOC tested subject, it's all about the test. And really and truly, who cares about the test? Nobody. So it gives the students a chance to learn things that are really meaningful, and puts them in a position to really help their community. So that's one of the reasons why I think CBL is one of the most powerful teaching tools that I've ever experienced.
Well, and because it takes them through the whole process, even those who are a little
hesitant in the beginning, that maybe don't understand why this is valuable, what we're doing, once they get immersed in it and they can look back on what they've done, the connections they've made, you know, I think they even if they don't take our word for it, that it's going to be powerful like it is in the end. You just feel it.
The most powerful thing for me is seeing how the students grow throughout the process and how they're able to apply this to their future. They're able to develop a lot of the different soft skills that we're not able to formally introduce into the classroom, and have these students rely on each other's strengths and weaknesses. When we were doing the project with the park design, we had students that were very knowledgeable about, you know, different sports, and they were able to use their knowledge to help plan out, you know, the baseball fields. And we had students who were knowledgeable with construction, and they were able to use their expertise in helping the students that don't know much about that type of field. So they were all able to work together in a different way.
They get so into it that sometimes if they weren't coming to school regularly, they will start coming during the project because it motivates them and they care about this, whatever issue it is, like the food drive. And then in the food drive that we did last year, our kids are just so generous that some of them even like went out on their own and bought a few things. I said, don't do that, don't spend your money. But they were like, oh, I want to donate this to the cause. They wanted to do more and more. Like it started off being kind of small, and as they got into it, it kind of got bigger and bigger, but not so big it wasn't manageable. They decided what to do. It's very student choice, student voice.
Yeah, that's huge. The fact that so many times in our educational system, students have zero choice whatsoever. CBL gives them choice, and I think that's huge. And y'all were talking about how we've got quite a reputation now as a CBL, PBL school system, where kids are like talking to their siblings and their friends, and like, when are we going to get to do these things? So it's something that they look forward to.
We've had several organizations this year reach out to us to say, oh, we have this need, are you still doing projects? So we have the reputation now, and it's a good reputation.
True.
I love our latest project where we are working with the Rosenwald School, and we're helping the students learn the history of our county and the connections to the different ethnicities and races in our county and the history of it. And collaborating amongst the two schools, I think, is really neat with our students being able to do, you know, with this project.
So if this sounds like something that y'all are interested in at all, we have an institute for you.